Hi, my name's Haratsis. I'm from 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗪𝗡𝗚. Over 12 months ago, I purchased the Ryan Moody Barra Basics online course. It has exceeded all my expectations. After completing the course, put all of Ryan's practices into play, started catching more fish, identifying fish holding spots where I could never find those fish before. In one of the modules, Ryan went through a few areas there regarding sounder skills. On quite a few occasions where I've been out fishing before, I've noticed and seen fish on the sounder, but not been able to catch the fish. After doing the course, I can actually see what the fish are actually doing, knowing their movements, and now I've actually caught more fish due to Ryan's sounder skills that he's got on the actual course. Identifying where fish are, patterns, their feeding habits, locations in finding the fish, what techniques, the 3 T's that Ryan does explain in the course. Also the time frames that he has on all the different tides, without giving too much details away, and why fish bite and why they don't bite, what causes them to go off the chew. That was very interesting. Not just recently, I had another Barra Basics student that I actually talked into purchasing this course. He phoned me up one day, he was on holidays down at 𝗘𝗫𝗦𝗛𝗏 and invited me along on a charter with Ryan Moody, which I was all excited. Always wanted to do a charter with Ryan. So we picked a day, we went out with Ryan. We pulled up at this first location. Ryan was just on the sounder, as he always is, looking around, and identified 3 different species of fish. We looked at the sounder, couldn't work out, Ryan, how can you tell the difference between these fish? Once he showed us the fishes on the actual sounder, we could identify it, and within a short period of time we landed 3 barra, 1 over 1 metre, 2 just under 1 metre. We landed a king salmon that was just over 1 metre and a finger mark just under 60 centimetres, all in that one spot. So we landed those fish within moments of Ryan actually identifying those fish on that sounder, which blew us both out. Any sort of good advice I can give to anyone at all is if you're a keen angler like I am, definitely purchase these courses if you want to learn more about fishing. My cousin actually sent out the course details to me there when it was first released. I did look at the cost of it and I thought to myself, oh look, it is very expensive. I did look at the layout of the course and I thought to myself, I know most of this here. It was getting to me, it took me about 6 months to actually purchase the course. My wife once again purchased that course for me, knowing that I do love fishing. So I was one of the fortunate ones that she did go out and buy that for me. Once I started going into the modules, I'm like, wow, these are things I didn't know about fishing for Barra. When I first purchased Barra Basics, I think I came online at about 9:30 at night. I was up till 3 o'clock that night watching the Barra Basics. When I first started the first module, I thought to myself, yes, that's for beginners. As I started going into module 2, module 3, it just sucked me in. I just couldn't leave the modules at all, watching the course. As Ryan was getting into more depth with the course, I was starting to see a pattern actually occurring, which I just clicked in the back of my head, thinking to myself, that's where I've been going wrong, and everything just fell into place. And I haven't looked back, and we have caught plenty of meteries now. Over the years, I've spent thousands of dollars on DVDs, buying magazines, reading all different stories. One minute you think you've got it nutted out, you go out and you try and put that into practice. All that information, just forget that now. After you look at Ryan's online courses, everything just falls into place. When I first started the course, I thought I knew quite a bit about Barra fishing. After doing the course and actually going out on a trip with Ryan, he is a Usain Bolt of fishing. Ryan's just a freak. To be able to identify fish that day that we were out there. After doing one of the charters with Ryan Moody, I had another Barra Basics student that did phone me that evening and asked me how we got on that day, and how everything fell into place with the Barra Basics course. Everything that we did on that day, Ryan just followed every step by step to the module, put us onto the fish, identified whether the fish were feeding or whether they were stationary. The moment Ryan told us to try this one technique, we stopped at the live bait and we tried flicking lures. We started catching fish on that different technique at that time of the tide. Later on during that day, Ryan decided that we put the lures away and we tried a bit of jigging. While we were jigging, we then landed this king salmon and a barra, close to a metre, that barra. Everything we did that day on that charter was exactly everything that Ryan talks about on the course. One of the wonderful things about the course is you have that for life. You've got forums there where you can speak to other students that have actually done the course as well. They're all there, they help each other out. Any questions you may have, Ryan answers everything that, any questions that you may have regarding any techniques. Ryan's very good, he answers every student's questions, everyone can see those. The webinars are very interesting as well. I don't know how Ryan does it. He's out in the boat 8 hours of the day. He always finds time in the evening to sit back, get on the computer, answer any questions that any of the students have regarding any of the courses. It's a credit to him. Obviously he's very dedicated and he's got a passion to anything that he does. Ryan's just there to help everyone out. It's not just me that I see having great success with doing these courses. Looking at all the posts that other Barra Basics, 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗟𝗏𝗪𝗔 students post photos. Everyone's having really good success with catching fish. Comprehensive, mind-blowing and educational. Do yourself a favour, bite the bullet, you will not regret it.